What's good? It's your boy Time Money, and today I'm gonna talk about the Ganja Empire, how it's gonna be and how it's gonna become. Now, when it comes down to cannabis is gonna be legalized in the decade of 2020. The simple fact is that we gotta let the decade in and let the beginning become, because the Ganja Empire and the cannabis legalization is going to lead to psychedelic legalization and bringing into the age of Aquarius, where people will lift their consciousness into a whole other states of consciousness, into a higher divine being of what they believe or what they choose. So cannabis legalization is metaphysical, but really canaphysical, because canaphysical is saying it's similar to metaphysical, but with canaphysical, it involved drug use, basically cannabis and psychedelics, and nothing more than that as well. So when it comes down to the Ganja Empire, it's going to become a reality basically near the end of 2020 decade, in the beginning of the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius will start in 2030, but some people suggest it starts in 2025. I really don't know, but I think 2030 is the best idea, because the whole atmosphere of the earth might be different when that year comes. So when it really comes down to it, in these decades, I gotta, be focused on my awareness and my knowledge of putting my book out there and becoming known as I want to be, and so on and so forth. But when it really comes down to it, the Ganja Empire is going to be like really out of this world. Like, it's going to be ganja towns in America, where it's going to be towns where people can come and enjoy cannabis and all the cannabis culture. Like, it's going to be a whole new culture once cannabis is legalized. It's going to be a brand new culture. The history behind it, the legacy behind it, and all the possibilities behind it. So when it comes down to the Ganja Empire, it's part of the age of Aquarius. It's part of the age of consciousness. You know what I'm saying? By psychedelics and cannabis, there's going to be psychedelics where rehabs where people can use psychedelics to achieve consciousness and reach a higher states of consciousness and achieve their abilities. Is all part of the age of Aquarius, and that's what it really comes down to. So the Ganja Empire is going to be explode and be big in the decade of 2020, excuse me, but 2020. And when it really comes down to it, the Ganja Empire is going to flourish, and it's going to change the world and the atmosphere of the world, and so on and so forth. So the Ganja Empire is going to be amazing. Just imagine how cannabis would be. Just imagine all kind of colors there would be in the cannabis, because cannabis will be genetically modified, or basically GMO, but it will still be natural in its use and natural in its form. So when it comes down to the Ganja Empire, it's going to be supernatural. It's going to be based on the kind of physical abilities similar to metaphysical abilities. Because when it comes down to the metaphysical and kind of physical, they're both in the same. Just like virtual physical and anime physical are the same, but basically virtual physical is based on video games, and anime physical is based on cartoons. So I teach a lot of basics of physics, but it all derived from metaphysics. It all comes from metaphysics. So as I learn about metaphysics, I can create canaphysics, where it can be based upon the metaphysical ideas, but with cannabis and psychedelic use. So the Ganja Empire is going to explode. It's going to be big, and it's going to be out of this world, and that's what it really comes down to. So when it comes down to the Ganja Empire, and the legalization of cannabis is going to happen in the decade of 2020. I can't say what year, I can't say it will be next year, but it will happen in the decade of 2020, and you can bet my word on that.